hard to go home.
What is up, what is up, what is up, what is up, everyone? Look, we got the microphone here this time. What's going on, man? Let's go ahead and take a look here. Welcome, everyone. My name is Cruz. I am the founder and head trader at NewAgeWallStreet.com. Welcome to the evening masterclass. We're going to go ahead and jump right in here. I'm going to send out a bat signal, see if we could get some more people in here that want to learn a thing or two about a thing or two. So just give me a moment. And if you guys could just let me know you guys could hear me all right. All right. Looks like we got that going here. And then I'll just do one more here real quick. Okay. So, welcome everyone. Like I said, my name is Cruz. I'm the founder and head trader at NewAgeWallStreet.com. We trade primarily options in our room. We do trade some other things from time to time, like small caps, crypto, anything to make a quick buck every once in a while. So, welcome, Victor. What's up? What's going on, dude? Today we're going to be talking about support and resistance. I don't really have much housekeeping for us here today. I have, oops. Oh, one second. Um, so I don't have much housekeeping. Just to let you know that Sunday, on Sunday we do have Sunday Stockcast. We make a pre-market, or we make a weekly watch list for the week, and we go over just some technical setups, things like that for the week, and get ready for the trading week. So come and hang out then. That is at 7:30 Eastern time. 7:30 Eastern time is, I believe, what time it is. So come hang out for that. Also want to let you know that we did change our pricing structure, and it is going to change again. It is on a monthly right now. It's only $84 a month. $84 is not anything, guys, especially with so it's, I mean, you go to the grocery store now and buy some bananas, it's like $100. So I think we're what's up, dude? Please let me get rich already, big dog. Dude, where are you at in the chat? Do you ever come in the chat? Dude, how come you're not in the chat? He said, make me rich already, but you don't join the chat. Um, all right. Yeah, so the pricing structure is changing a little bit, guys. We will, it is monthly, $84. Like I said, it's not that much. It will be going up significantly. I got some feedback as to like what we're doing and everything that's going on, and I believe that we provide a really tremendous value. I believe that my execution of it has not been the best, but that will be changed. I have a team that I'm working with, and we are going to kill it now with the new structure. Is the main word that we are using. So I know that a lot of things were not well structured before. The value was definitely there, the information is definitely there. um, um, so um, the really weird tweet, sorry guys. Um, yeah, the structure was not there, but the value and the information that we have is absolutely awesome. We're going to structure it a lot better for it to make sense for you newbie traders, so that you could, it'll be more conducive for you being a new trader coming into the room. You will not be as lost and confused. It'll be like very step by step, from beginning to being a full-on professional trader. So that'll be rolling out. It'll be a lot more, um, the pricing will go up significantly. So if you want to join, now's the time to join. It's $84 a month. Okay, there is no free trial. There is no free membership anymore. all that happens whenever I give stuff away for free is I get a bunch of broke boys come hang out and doing chargebacks and doing stupid stuff, dude. So we're not gonna deal with broke boys no more. We're gonna deal with people that want to invest in themselves, to learning a skill that could potentially make them could potentially uh, make you seven figures. All right. So let's go ahead and jump right in here, guys. If you guys have any questions, things like that, let me know. We will go over them. Today's class is mostly on support and resistance, right? So support and resistance, very back to basics, back to foundational type stuff. We're going to go ahead and talk about here today, and we're also going to talk a little bit about trend lines and everything. Give me a second. All right, so could someone throw me out a ticker that they want me to do support and resistance lines on? Preferably one that you know I probably have not looked at. No, no one wants to give me a ticker. We will do, let's do Tesla. Well, Tesla we trade all the time. So what we'll do is we'll come over to Tesla. It's a popular one that a lot of people look at, but what we're going to do is we're going to remove all the lines on the chart. So let's come over here. Oh, there's no, I don't have very many of them. I don't have, I don't have very many lines for Tesla. I guess I took them all off a while back. So we'll do remove all drawings. We'll do like this. We'll go like this, and then okay. So what you're going to do whenever you're doing support and resistance, and what you're looking for is whenever the candles are respecting a price level more than once. So at least two times, but the more the merrier in this case. So whenever you have multiple instances of the price respecting in the same place, right? So what you want to go ahead and do is you start off as macro as possible, and we're going to do this kind of two ways, all right? So in two ways, what we're going to do Rivian since it moved a lot after hours. Oh, that's a good idea, dude. I don't think I've... Rivian is going to be a weird one, though, because it just IPO'd not too long ago. We're actually... Yeah, that's not going to be a good idea because we don't even have a year worth of price action. So we'll go ahead and do Tesla, okay? But that was a good one that I wouldn't have had. They reported earnings this afternoon, I think. So what I do is I look at peaks and valleys of where the price action has respected. So like right here, this you see right here in this area, this little pop up right here, and then also right here. Okay, that's two areas that it respected the price action in that area. So I'm gonna get my little handy dandy price tool right here. It may be a little bit different if you use like TradingView or just another platform altogether. You're gonna and I'm eyeballing it, guys. I'm not, there's no real rhyme or reason, like, you know, absolutely perfect on it. And you can see that this is a little bit above as well, like the line is actually a little bit above this area. And that brings me to a really good point, right? So the market does not give an absolute shit where you put these freaking lines at, right? You could interchange the words, and this is what we do in the New Age Wall Street room quite a bit. Change your mindset of support and resistance to areas of interest, right? Because old support could turn into new resistance, and old resistance could turn into new support. It's just that at that price level, there is an interest at that price level for a reaction, right? So the way to look at it is an area of interest. And when we say area, the difference between right here and the line in the top right here is minimal at best, probably, right? So 193.80, right? And then the top of this candle from the little bar that it says right here is 188.96. So like $3, right? For Tesla, Tesla's ATR is $40. So $3 as a percentage of 40 is going to be like 8%. So that's okay. We know that in this area that we're going to look for some type of reaction, especially like on a swing trade. We're going to look for a reaction, right? Cool. So then we go ahead and we zoom out. And what I like to do is to start from the left to the right. So the furthest price action left to the right. And so we could see right here that this was support, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 candles right here were riding on this price here in this area, right? So if I come and I zoom in, you could see 1, 2, 3, 4. The price action respected this area here to the upside, or to the downside, excuse me. Then this line was already drawn on this one. You could see where, and this is where I want to tell you guys that if you're drawing trend lines and you're drawing support and resistance lines, what kind of confuses a lot of newbie traders is the wicks, right? Now it's okay, like if your trend line is going to go through a wick, but please do not ever draw a trend line through a body of a candle, right? So like for instance, if you're looking at something like this little trend right here and you draw it down something like this, right? Cool. Like you could see that trend and it went through this wick. That's fine, but don't draw it through the bodies of the candles. All right, so the bodies of the candles are more important in my opinion than the actual wicks. You could also include the wicks as well, but they're not going to give you that much more precedence in my opinion. Okay. So we're down here. Everyone could see the support, right? Great. All right, next one we're going to go ahead and do right here. Oops, I did the wrong one. So about right here, everyone could see this peak, right? And then we held it right here in this area, and look, the line actually holds the body of the candle right here. So one, 2, 3, and it did go through this one because that's a breakout, so that's okay. So 1, 2, 3, that old resistance turns into new support. That looks pretty good right there, right? This is the new resistance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles right there. You guys can see that resistance as well, right? Then we get this really nice trend. Not much going on right here. You could say at this top there is 1, 2, 3, 4-ish areas right here, right? And you could put your line right there, right? So you just want to look for where a candle is respected a price level, and you just put your line there. So then to this downside, you could see right here about, I would say right there, right? So 1, 2, 3 candles right there, and then this little wick a little bit further down, but again, it's an area of interest, right? Not a line of interest, an area of interest. So that's where you do your support and resistance there at this level. Right here, you could also do this one. Oops, let me extend this to the left. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3 where the body's respected this price action, right? There in that area. Then and you can see where these, now as you keep on moving to the right here, you're going to start to see that the price action starts respecting from the left where you drew those lines, right? So right here, we drew this top where this was resistance. Now it's turned into support right here on this little V shape, right? So it respected that price. Then where I seen another one. So almost in this area is here as well. So in this area, this is where it was respecting right here, this 750, 780-ish area, but it's pretty wide, right? Then there's not really much here in this area that I really like. Maybe this one. You could say 1, 2, the body respected right here, and then underneath this will support that day as well. And this one we will extend to the left, and it actually holds up support right here in this area, right? And then support right here. So these were our lows from just the other week, and now we're pushing up, and surprise, surprise, this is where we're having trouble here on the upside from the previous highs from back in like 2021. So at this 890, 900-ish area. Does it make sense? Okay. So that's doing your line. So that's on your weekly chart right there, right? Then what you're going to want to do is, if say you don't trade or you don't swing trade a weekly chart, you're going to come a little bit, further in here on your daily chart and do the same exact thing. I'm not going to go through it and do it just for time's sake. You guys already know what I'm kind of looking for. So candles hitting the same areas, right? So this was resistance, and we'll make it a little bit bigger. This was resistance right here, and then it acted as support in this area, right? And then just go through, like I said, from left to right, and keep on looking at for those little areas here. We'll extend this to the left, 1, 2, and then right here in this area it started acting as support, and you just keep on working yourself down. So we'll come down to the 15-minute, and then you could see about right here, right? So right here, extend to the left. Here's your support, and then it respected right here. This was resistance to the downside here as well, or excuse me, upside as well. Then it hasn't got that far up yet, but right here as well, right? Extend to the left. This is our pre-market high. This is our high of day today, and you can see where it just keeps on doing it over and over. So you just keep on going to the smaller time frames until you have something that looks like this. You have this little area right here. I would put it like that. Extend to the left, 1, 2, 3, right in this little area. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. You're just plotting an area of interest, not a line of interest. And then 1, 2, 3 right here where it hit, and then this one did pop a little bit above it, was resistance. Okay, good. Still with me? All right. That's our support and resistance. So old support will turn into new resistance, things like that, right? Now, what I also want you guys to look at as well, right, is the reason provides support and resistance is buyers and sellers, right? So at the top of a range, when you get to the top of the range at resistance, that is called distribution, and then you have accumulation at the bottom, right? So if we come to like a bigger time frame, I've been trading the hell out of this Unity software, and I'm gonna go ahead and just take off these candles right here because they're all, let me go ahead and just like that, and we're gonna look at this from the weekly standpoint. You can see right here where we're just talking about where it held this resistance really nicely here at the bottom, right? And this is like a really big chart, so but you can see where it held this resistance at the bottom, and or excuse me, it held the support, and then you had this channel right here where this was a really good resistance here at the when it was ranging, right? Now we got this little pop up, so we've been in this from about 43 or so on this Unity, and it got up to 58 today. So it broke out of there, right? And this was defined as your resistance, and then this is your support. But on this downtrend, whenever you get a big downtrend like this and you get a ticker that gets beaten down like this is what's called accumulation. So this is where all the value buyers are stepping in to be able to get into the trade, and they feel that this is the best value that the ticker should be at this time, right? And so anytime that this comes down to this level, you have these buyers that are stepping in to try to move to try to support the price and get a good deal for this to run back up, right? So this is called your accumulation right here, and then this is what your support looks like. This is what you want to see for a really nice support type compression play. So I mean, lots of tickers have done the same exact thing, guys. So like Amazon, I think, was one of them. Here's the downside right here. Where's the Shopify was one of them. So here, if I was to take off the name right here and the price, you guys would not know that if this was Unity or Amazon, right? So held this area and then is now trying to push up here on this area. So this is called distribution. Okay. Now, if you come and you look at Amazon, when that's that bottoming pattern that you look for as far as support. So I hope that I'm very clear on that. So that is your support pattern that you want to see, your distribution, or excuse me, your accumulation pattern for support. Now for distribution and your resistance, what you want to see, and this will vary a little bit, is something like Amazon, right? So this is way big here, but if I come and I make this a little bit smaller, you guys could see where this channel right here, right? This was the resistance here to the top after a really nice run to the upside, right? So this is obviously post split, but $84, 80 some dollars up to 180. So that's like 100% or so post split. So if it would be pre split, you're talking about you got to 20 times those numbers. But you guys could definitely see where this was resistance and it worked within this channel up, down, sideways for like almost a year, I think it was when it happened. There was a little bit of wicks down, but again, we're dealing with an area of interest, not a line of support. Please get out of that mindset of how everyone teaches you. Oh, you got to put a line right here and it got to support that. No, the market does not give a freaking shit that you put a line right there. The market is actually designed to know that you put a line right there and you put your stop loss right there, and it will go there just to piss you off and run back the other way as liquidity. All right. So get in the mindset of calling it an area of interest, and you spread it out a little bit. So this is actually a really good example, and I'll scroll back like in our Discord. It's going to take me a little while to actually find it, but if you guys have ever seen Bookmap, it actually shows the order that are actually showing the orders showing by price, and it gets darker red the more orders that are there. So if I come back, one of the guys in our chat room actually uses this, and you can see how those orders are not a small thin line. It is spread out over a couple cents or what have you. So I'm still scrolling here, just give me a second. Holy heck, it's back here somewhere. Oh, here it is. All right, so this is like a support one. So we have a resistance one somewhere too. I'll bring up the resistance one. One second, I appreciate you guys' patience. Okay, we're gonna have to just rock without it, I think. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and roll without it here, guys. So, but this is I believe this is Apple right here that I show. Yep, so Apple. So you see right here, this line right here is all the orders that are sitting there. These are all the bids that are sitting on the book waiting to get filled. So they're basically limit orders to go ahead and get filled. Now, if you take a look right here, this is the 164 dollar mark, right? And then you can see that the line actually extends upwards towards like 164.04, right? And then to the downside, it's probably about 163.98, 97 or so, right? So there's a range right here where all those orders are actually stacked up at. There's like 30,000 shares right here. So, so how many times have you put your stop loss like, oh, I'm going to put it right after that, you know, this number or whatever, it wicks down and then it winds up going the way that you want it to go. Happens a lot, right? So it's really, really frustrating whenever that happens. And this is why, is because those orders are actually stopped out and people are trying to front run getting filled from the other people that are a little bit below that, right? And then you want to give it some room to the downside in order for you to not get stopped out, right? You want to put your stop where your thesis is invalidated and not at 164 because it's some arbitrary obscure number, right? So maybe putting your stop, it would be worth putting it at 163.95. Is the 5 cent difference really going to kill you? Probably not, right? So you put it where your thesis is absolutely invalidated then at that point, and you have to get out of the trade and you will get stopped out. So again, this is the accumulation in um, our area of interest for our lines right here. So that's why you get these little wicks down, the wicks to the top spot. But this is where the resistance is in this area for accumulation. Now, whenever the market is in accumulation or distribution mode, what that means is that the market participants are agreeing on the price. So everyone is agreeing on the price right here that this is a fair price for Amazon. So between this range is a fair price. Now we needed some type of catalyst or something to happen in order for us to be able to say like, okay, I don't think it's going to be worth this much anymore. Let's go ahead and start selling, maybe start capitalizing a little bit and go ahead and take some off. And that's what causes the breakout here to the downside. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So the distribution and accumulation and the fair market value part of this. This is that's the way you want to think of it. And then also like on the Shopify, right? So for just a little bit, everyone was in agreement that Shopify was a fair value here at the bottom between these lines, right? Until we got a little bit of a bull run here, and then we're moving to the upside where the market participants feel that the value should be higher, and we are in price discovery moving to the upside. Okay, awesome. Now, as part of this, what I want you to also to know is market profile here, guys. So a lot of people don't use market profile for the support and resistance aspects of it, but this is what I do encourage you to take a look at on when you're looking at this. So this is market profile over here on the right hand side. It is according to time frame, so you can see as it changes according to time frame. And the way you want to think about this is volume according to price. So the most volume that has ever been done on this Shopify has been around this $37. Okay, so $37 right here. Now, when it's below this these are called nodes. These bars, the bars right here. So whenever it's below this high volume node right here, this is going to act as your resistance. Now, whenever it breaks through, which it is doing right now, this is going to start acting as your support. So old resistance turns into new support and vice versa. Now, whenever you have, this is called a volume gap. So, and maybe Unity would be a little bit better to show this. It's like the same exact chart. It's so crazy. So, so what you're looking at here is this area right here. If you guys could see where this area has a lot less volume than this area, and then even right here, right? So whenever and you could see that it was just because this acted as support, and then when it broke through, the price moved very quickly through it. It didn't provide much structure. So when I mean structure, it just went straight down. It didn't like go down, flag, go down, flag, go down, flag, etc. like that, right? So, so in this instance, this volume gap right here, whenever there's a gap right here, you want to think of it as a nice fine lady, right? So all the gaps want to get filled. So anytime that there's a volume gap here in the volume profile, that's kind of a point that you want to play whenever you're swing trading, is that the price should jump pretty quickly from the higher volume nodes and then up to the next higher volume node. So from this 47.26 upwards to 53 or so, the price will move very quickly once it gets into that area. A good example of this is actually Netflix right now. So Netflix right now they got beaten down on their earnings 2 quarters ago, right? We had this huge slide off, and then they had this nice bottoming pattern. We got the support. We have the high volume node right here in this area, and then you could see that there is absolutely no volume here in this area right here, right? So in this area, we just passed straight through, straight to jail, no collect $200. There was not anything that was done right there. So whenever the price actually breaks on Tesla here above 254, 255 or so, if we're overall bullish sentiment on the market, it will definitely move very, very aggressively. So, and what I'm trying to show you here is that you want to use these volume nodes, the high volume nodes, as your jumping points. So when you're above, you want to jump to the next one here for your resistance, and the price will want to get up to that area to test that area to get it back up there. And then when it's to the downside, this is where it'll be attracted to go ahead and stay, right? And I've said this a couple times before, is that the market is like being on a schoolyard playground. The market wants to go to where the most business has been done in the past. So fair market value, right? So where it's likely to it's used to being, right? So it does not want to stay right here where there has not been any businesses done. It wants to go where everyone has done business in the past, and that's what provides liquidity where everyone is looking there at that one area, right? Awesome. So does everyone get that? You guys are a little quiet. Does this help you guys adding the volume profile to your trades? So on the swing side of things, you want to go ahead and do this as well. And then I also want to show you, like today, how this helped us out in the room today, right? So in the SPY, we'll come over to the 5-minute chart. And what we're going to do is come over to this on demand actually for today. And we're going to change the date to, holy crap, what date is this? 2020 was the last time I used this. 2022, it is August, and today's date is, oh dude, it doesn't have today's data. Damn it. It does not have today's data. All right, so we're gonna have to rock with this here today, guys. So how do I turn it off? Okay, so basically what happened here today was that so whenever, because of this upward movement here in the pre-market, whenever the price was coming and it rejected up here in this level, and you could still a little bit see right here that there's not much like there wasn't as much volume as there is right here, right? This was even less whenever the price was up here, because there wasn't much price action that was done right here, and there was a big gap. And so whenever we've seen this price action and we've seen that there wasn't a lot of demand to keep us moving to the upside, and the open interest support, or excuse me, the open interest resistance was where it was, I was bullish bias at the bell, and then I wound up changing it, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna start looking at the trade the other way. And this was something that I pulled up here, was that like, hey, if we get past this, 423-ish area right here, we're gonna start moving a lot more quickly, and then the target is down here towards the PDC. And that's exactly what happened here, guys. And you could see that it even got attracted back up here to retest this area as resistance, and then we finished down here at the lows. So support and resistance, if you're using volume profile, it's a really nice tool, and that's honestly all you need to be able to make pretty good money, like on swing trades and stuff like that. If you couple that here with some bottoming accumulation patterns, and then your distribution patterns, you will be really, really good. So shop on this bigger time frame right here, and you can see where this is acting as support now. So it popped out above it, came back and held it as support, and is now trying to move more aggressive here to the upside. Okay. Right. Any questions? Anything else? No, nothing. Any tickers that anyone is looking at for tomorrow? Any predictions or anything that you guys are looking at tomorrow? Man, I'm looking at my picture right here on the little monitor. I am looking slim, dude. I used to have some big old, like, I'm still pretty big, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm still pretty fat, but I used to have some big old cachetes, dude, and I could see the slimness coming in. Cool. Nothing. Netflix. What about Netflix? Just overall Netflix, man, I think it's pretty good, right? So Disney obviously reported yesterday that they surpassed on subscribers, I believe. Pretty crazy. That's been the streamers war thing is definitely something that's been prevalent. Roku, poor Roku over here is getting beat down from it, right? While it actually recovered pretty nicely here now. Uh, yeah, so this Roku is it's right here at this high volume node right here, and if it gets above this little, you can see this channel that it's in, then it could start moving to the upside a little bit more aggressively too. So it's in like this descending triangle thing right here. But Netflix, to answer your question, it was really beat down from that earnings report earlier this year. It bottomed and accumulated here really nicely, right? So these bulls in here were like, okay, this is a really awesome deal to be able to buy Netflix here for $155 when it used to be $700, right? So let's go ahead and buy some up. And now these guys that have been buying it up right here on the swing at 168, 160, we'll say 160 as an even number. We're at 244 now. They've almost made $100, right? So almost 50% on their trade. So to the upside, this is over the next few months or what have you, for it to fill this gap, as long as the market stays relatively bullish, absolutely, dude, right? That's definitely something good. But on the more micro side, right? We had a really strong day yesterday. Obviously, the whole market pulled back today, but it's more validating this area here that was old resistance today. So as long as it stays above 240, this would be a good buy zone to continue for the upside. So I do like it. What's it called? Meta or Facebook? Excuse me. The same thing. So the same thing over here is that it's trying to put in this support. Now it's trying to break out, and this higher volume node is trying to get above this resistance right here. So that's why it's having a harder time. Cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna go head out. Got some more work to do here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it does give you a little bit of value and what have you. I take time out of my day to do this for you guys absolutely completely free. I could be at the gym, I could be doing a million other things, but I appreciate you guys being here and stuff. Like I said, housekeeping stuff. Sunday we'll be here for a Sunday Stockcast. We'll go over some tickers for the week, make a watch list, and I'll answer your questions. And then the membership is open. The membership, if you send me a DM on Twitter, it is $84 a month right now. It will be going up significantly shortly. So please do not miss out on it. You will be quite upset because our team is actually really killing it. So today our team, everyone got in on that downward play. They may have not played SPY. Some people played NVIDIA. Some people played the Qs on it. But there's a lot of winning today. Oops, not. I didn't. I don't know if that's a salute or not. I don't know what the emoji is. But all right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you later. Again, my name's Cruz. We'll see you for Sunday Stock Study. All right.
Go home. Every day since birth. Out here putting in work. Every day since birth.